Pilots at Alaska-owned Horizon Air win huge pay hikes in new contract. The Seattle Times. Goldberg delivers a crushing spear to Paul Heyman. Raw, October 31, 2016. WWE. AOC doubles down after Republicans transport migrants to Washington, D.C. Crimes against humanity. Fox News. After suggesting Texas Gov. Greg Abbott should retire. New York Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said Republicans are guilty of crimes against humanity after transporting migrants. Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez on Friday doubled down on her criticism of the transportation of migrants from the U.S.-Mexico border to various areas across the country. In a tweet, the New York Demo, +2444 Chars. The experience of reward increases connectivity between the default mode network and other brain regions. Neuroscience News. Study reveals how reward enhances connectivity between the ventral striatum and the default mode network, impacting behavior. Summary. Study reveals how reward enhances connectivity between the ventral striatum and the default mode network, impacting behavior. Source: Kessler Foundation. Researchers have reported findings. +4683 Chars. Jurassic Barf. Puke from 150 million years ago reveals prehistoric predator. CNET. Fossilized vomit tells the tale of an ancient meal. Around 150 million years ago in what's now Utah. An animal chowed down on a small frog and a salamander. It then lost its lunch. Fast forward to today, when a team of paleontologists identified and I. +2101 Chars. 5 reasons Tennessee Titans will see different version of Buffalo Bills. Tennessean. The Tennessee Titans have plenty familiarity with the Buffalo Bills, as the teams will be facing off for the 5th straight year Monday. Before the Tennessee Titans downed the Buffalo Bills in last season's Week 6 thriller, the latter was the league's top-scoring offense and defense. They were complete on paper. And when the Bills me. +4489 Chars. Wolong. Fallen Dynasty 26 minutes of PS5 demo gameplay 4K 60 FPS. IGN 00. Why is the stock market down? It knows the worst is yet to come. Barron's. The S&P 500 fell 4.8% ahead of the Federal Reserve's September meeting. From a certain point onward, there is no turning back. The stock market reached that point this past week. The market was hopeful, entering the week, that inflation had reached its peak. That the +3245 Chars. Legendary Hollywood tough guy Henry Silva dead at 95. New York Post. Henry Silva, known for playing gangsters, goons and henchmen in hundreds of films including Ocean's 11 and The Manchurian Candidate, died Wednesday. Actor Henry Silva, known for playing gangsters, goons and henchmen in hundreds of films including Ocean's 11 and The Manchurian Candidate, died Wednesday. He was 95. Silva died of natural causes. +2691 Chars. Florida governor defends migrant flights to Martha's Vineyard. Suggests more to come. Reuters. Florida's Republican governor on Friday defended his decision to fly dozens of migrants to the wealthy vacation island of Martha's Vineyard from Texas, and said similar actions could follow as a political dispute over border security deepened in the run-up to Martha's Vineyard. Mass. September 16. Reuters. Florida's Republican governor on Friday defended his decision to fly dozens of migrants to the wealthy vacation island of Martha's Vineyard from Texas. A +5451 Chars. NASA requests proposals for second moon lander for Artemis astronauts, Space.com. The agency wants at least one more crewed Artemis lander in its fleet, to go with SpaceX's huge Starship vehicle. NASA is asking private industry to come up with ideas for another astronaut moon lander. The space agency is working to establish a long-term human presence on and around the Moon by the end of the +3043 Chars. NI West notes. Gonsolin, Belt, Bryant, MLB Trade Rumors. Dodgers hurler Tony Gonsolin is continuing to work his way back from a right forearm strain, having been placed on the IND. Dodgers hurler Tony Gonsolin is continuing to work his way back from a right forearm strain, having been placed on the 15-day injured list on August 29. Gonsolin's rehab hasn't moved as quickly as the +2935 Chars. Google Pixel 7 Pro benchmark points to CPU and GPU specs of Tensor G2 to 9 to 5 Google. A new benchmark gives us the Pixel 7 Pro's specs, particularly the improvements of the CPU and GPU in the Google Tensor G2 chip. A new benchmark has surfaced that gives us a better idea of the Pixel 7 Pro's specs, particularly the improvements of the CPU and GPU in the Google Tensor G2 chip. We're all hotly anticipating the L+3674 Chars. Like Star Wars, world's first flying bike, made in Japan, debuts in the US, South China Morning Post. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for free here. https://sc.mp/subscribe-youtube. World's first flying bike made its US debut at the Detroit Auto Show. On Shay. Null. Why are we ignoring the disturbing allegations against Squid Game star Lee Jung-jae? Yahoo. Voices. Photo illustration by Kelly Caminero, The Daily Beast. Getty. Lee Jung-jae took home Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series at Monday night's Emmys for. Photo illustration by Kelly Caminero, The Daily Beast. Getty. Lee Jung-jae took home Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series at Monday night's Emmys for his role in Netflix's global smash Squid Game. +6010 Chars. Severe storm headed for Alaska could bring devastating levels of flooding, The Guardian US. In what could be the worst storm in 5 decades, residents are warned to take action against rising waters that may not recede for hours. Alaska. In what could be the worst storm in 5 decades, residents are warned to take action against rising waters that may not recede for hours. Alaska is bracing for what forecasters believe could be +5111 Chars. Painless Tattoos Developed. Easy. Do-it-yourself microneedle patches. SciTech Daily. Scientists develop painless tattoos that can be self-administered. Imagine getting painlessly tattooed by a skin patch containing microscopic needles. instead of sitting in a tattoo chair for hours enduring painful punctures. Researchers at the Georgia Institute. A microneedle patch tattoo is pressed to the skin. Credit. Georgia Tech. Scientists develop painless tattoos that can be self-administered. Imagine getting painlessly tattooed by a skin patch contain +5930 chars. Fire ant rafts form because of the Cheerios effect. Study concludes. Ars Technica. Fire ants will change shape of the raft to reduce drag and adapt to fluid flows. In large, Georgia Tech scientists found that the so-called Cheerios effect is the mechanism by which fire ants cluster together to form rafts. 2 with 2 posters participating. Fire ants might be the +4576 chars. Daniel Vogelbach, Jeff McNeil, Edwin Díaz key to Mets win. MLB.com. New York, one could see fairly clearly. During various points of the Mets' 4-3 win over the Pirates on Friday night. How this might all look in October. A strong starting pitching performance. A home run and a hit and run. Pinch runner Terrence Gore stealing. New York, one could see fairly clearly. During various points of the Mets' 4-3 win over the Pirates on Friday night. How this might all look in October. A strong starting pitching performance. A hom. +3901 chars. Check out our Galaxy Z Fold 4 vs Galaxy S22, S22 Plus camera test. Sam Mobile, Samsung News. Samsung finally brought a much-needed change in camera specs to its premier foldable lineup with the Galaxy Z Fold 4. Samsung finally brought a much-needed change in camera specs to its premier foldable lineup with the Galaxy Z Fold 4 this year. The big upgrades are the switch to a 50-megapixel primary camera from a +1022 chars. India's richest man surpasses Bezos on billionaires list. The Washington Post. Meet Gautam Adani. His $152.2 billion fortune makes him richer than the Amazon founder but not as rich as Elon Musk. The jostling among the world's richest humans intensified Friday as 3 men rotated through the No. 2 spot in the span of 24 hours. Highlighting the volatility of the markets and meteoric rise of in +908 chars. 50 Cent sues plastic surgeon for alleging he had penis surgery. HotNewHipHop. The Power creator is suing Angela Kogan and both her businesses for using his likeness to sell products. 50 Cent does not play about his image or his money. His 2019 lawsuit against Tierra Mari proved that he'd get his money by any means necessary. On Friday, September 16, the Power creator defended +1532 chars. Queen Elizabeth funeral 2022. King Charles joins Queen Elizabeth's coffin procession. India Today. Queen Elizabeth funeral 2022. King Charles joins Queen Elizabeth's coffin procession. #Queen Elizabeth #Queen Elizabeth Death #King Charles. Subscribe to India Todd. Null. Here's which coatings you really need on a new pair of glasses. Lifehacker. How important are things like scratch-resistant, UV protectant, and anti-fog coatings? Buying eyeglasses can feel weirdly similar to buying a new car. Prices are often hidden from you. They cost more than they have any right to, and there are a whole bunch of mysterious upgrades pushed. A plus 4144 chars. Saturn's distinctive look may be rooted in the death of an ancient moon, IGN. Saturn's rings and distinctive tilt may have been caused by the destruction of a previously unknown moon roughly 160 million years ago. Saturn may owe its sweeping ring system and distinctive tilt to the death of an ancient moon named Chrysalis. According to the results of a new study, the gas giant Saturn is one of the most spectacular plus 4615 chars. Albert Pujols hits career home run no. 698 MLB.com. St. Louis, continuing to hit home runs with great meaning, both in terms of historical significance and to the Cardinals' chances of landing a top playoff seed. Albert Pujols hit the 698th home run of his career Friday against the Reds, with the Cardinals. St. Louis, continuing to hit home runs with great meaning, both in terms of historical significance and to the Cardinals' chances of landing a top playoff seed. Albert Pujols hit the 698th home plus 909 chars. EVGA and NVIDIA to split. EVGA won't make next general NVIDIA cards. A.N.D. null. In a move that will have significant repercussions for the video card industry in North America and Europe. EVGA today has announced that the company is parting ways from NVIDIA. As a result, the COM plus 13294 chars